That's the annoy sandbell. Annoy, annoy, annoy.
Got video evidence of a supervisor with an hand brush. Look at that. That is some girthy concrete. 350mm of solidness. So, episode 4, welcome back to the residences at Valdor. And this is where it starts to get exciting because we're not going down anymore, we're coming up. So, grab a brew, stick around. The basement is coming out of the ground.
That's the annoy sandbell. Annoy, 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 annoy Sam. Here he is.
Good morning or good afternoon.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Somewhere.
The day the
Yes.
sun falls off, then that's it.
Yes.
Well, you missed it because he was there
I
earlier.
know, bloody hell.
You're too late again, as usual.
Been busy.
Oh, please.
And so it begins. The walls start to go up. So behind me you can see the joiners putting the pans together, which are these sections here, these little bobby dazzlers here. And they all get fastened together to create the formwork walls, and then the concrete gets poured in and around the steel skeleton that's created. You can start to see it all coming together. It's fascinating. It's mind-blowing how much intricate detail goes into these buildings. It's going into its like small stage now, isn't it?
Yeah. See, whereas before it feels like before we were in the hole with nothing around, and it seems to be bigger. Whereas now you've got some walls and he's brought everything in.
Right, okay, so your walls have been constructed almost on that side. Now the hurdle that they're facing now is that they need to say bye to the slope that they've been using as a temporary entrance into the pit. They've got what's going to be the main entrance, or the only entrance into the basement, constructed. But the big question mark is, Mr. Engineer, is that concrete cured enough to be able to run a 32-ton wagon down so that the guys can then remove that slope, which means that they can get this pour done, which means that then it's not going to slow the steel guys down, which means it's then not going to slow the joiners down, which means it's then not going to slow the concrete pour down. So it's at this point you really understand that one little decision can impact the progress of a project. But the guys are on it. With the thumbs up from the engineer, some additional propping, the team set sail to complete the final pour of the basement slab, which timed really nicely with Sam's 3-week holiday. But the team weren't phased. They cracked on and got the membranes, the insulation down, the formwork in, and began construction on the lift pit. The thing that's quite amazing about this site is it's a very large site in terms of the size, but from a construction point of view, it's a very small, tight site. And the team have worked wonders to overcome the logistical managing nightmare of lifting and moving materials on site at an amazing pace. Chuffing night shift, aren't we? It's 8:30, I think it is. 8:30, 8:45, something like that. But the boys have been busy. I mean, we're in basement. We're in chuffing basement. There's a couple of walls missing, but it's coming on. So this is the last floor pour before the rest of the walls can go. And obviously, when you are concreting, it's all really guesswork in terms of when you're going to get finished. So you can see guys working behind me with the power floats. Now they've got to pan finish that first, which effectively brings the fat up to the surface, what we call fat. And then they'll run over it with the polish float when it starts to cure. It's all about timing. And I'm guessing they're going to be here a while. Best get lights out, aren't we? It's the annoying Sam bell again. Annoy Sam. Annoy Sam. I'm actually excited to see him. He's the life and soul of the site. Yes.
You had the wrong time. I've got a meeting.
Yes.
How's it going, pal?
Hurry up, quick.
No, I can't. I've got a meeting. At 1 o'clock, a DTM meeting.
Did you have a nice holiday anyway? You haven't even got a tan?
No, it's too hot to sit in sun. I'm too old to sit in sun.
Oh.
I fall asleep.
Are you happy with what's been done while you've been away?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, Paul 3's done. That you have to stay late.
No, they did though.
They did.
It were a late one, wasn't it?
Was it 10:30, I think? Something
I think so, yeah. I were here on that day, yeah.
Was it? What, with
Yeah.
shovel?
No, just camera.
Just to point. Say,
Just
you
point,
missed a bit.
yeah. They were doing your job for you.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, Bayek. They're chuffing getting somewhere. Chuffing getting somewhere. So, calm site now, so I get a chance to really talk you through and explain some bits. Now, I wanted to address this point because it really shows off the engineering. So you've got your steel here that's tied into your slab. Then the pans behind it that form the formwork. Then the timber that's going to form the door opening. Then a pan gets put on that side. Then the concrete gets poured in and vibrated. To think that just in 12 months, that there is going to be the entrance to the private gym. It's moving at a great pace. A Peloton suite?
Yeah.
Are we calling it a gym or a Peloton suite?
Well, a Peloton suite for now. It's not a contract, is it?
I'll tell you what, it's beautiful in here. So, talk to me about this because I want to know, obviously we can see what it's going to look like, but where did the idea of this come from?
I wanted somewhere within the development that gave a communal space that everybody can use together without being in each other's apartments. And I thought, you know, if you make like just like a sitting room, it's a bit like an old people's home, isn't it? And we don't really want that. So this is going to have a small kitchenette with a fridge, so that so that you can come down and make a drink, whatever. It'll have a television. It'll have a little sitting area.
Hot tap.
A bookcase, hot tap.
Obviously.
A boiling tap, and a card table.
Hot tap.
So that someone wants to play cards. It's got a proper card table.
Yeah.
Bookcase that people might share books on it, whatever.
Yeah.
And there'll be a television so that if you wanted to watch, let's say there was a big event you wanted to share the viewing of, you could.
World Cup.
Yeah, something like that. But then also to make the room really useful, I thought, well, if we have a few pieces of gym equipment, many people will belong to a bigger gym.
Yeah.
If you think about, there'll be certain times where you don't feel like going out, the weather might be bad, you just might feel like doing 20 minutes on a treadmill or something. And also I think it's quite a nice communal space that, you could probably think, well, I'm not going on the exercise machine, but I'll take my newspaper down and I'll see if there's anybody down there on the treadmill, we'll have a chat with them.
So, do you like it?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I can't believe how much has changed since I was last here. Like,
Not last. Were you last week or week before?
only last week.
Yeah,
Only
it
last
was
week. So last week, you had none of this side on.
No.
That one boarded off. I bet it's pitch black under there now, isn't it?
Not allowed under there now.
We're not allowed. Really?
Yeah, to start. If you fall, trip and fall, that's it.
Oh. Started over there. So what's going in over here then?
Well, we've got the you've got some footing, some columns, 17 columns going in there,
17 columns.
just to to hold on the floor above, because we've got extension, aren't we?
Yeah.
So flat one will be over there.
I've been right excited about coming today because up to press, it's all kind of not moving slow because the project is moving very fast, but there's never not much different, because obviously when you start with retaining walls over there, getting all the way around with all walls took quite a chunk at time up.
Oh yeah.
But now you're out of ground.
That's it. We're dry.
You're dry, and you can now absolutely nail down the costing of the project. So now you're out of ground.
Oh, we're not at the wood.
You're not out of woods. You're out of ground, but you're not out of woods.
No.
What is your predicted completion date now?
It's still about December. I can't budge from December. I can't go forward. It's got to be, I've got to hit December 26th.
So a year at Christmas.
I know. It's frightening. So much to do.
I'm right looking forward to having a go on pelotons.
Well, you might have to wait after Christmas though. I don't think they'll get delivered before Christmas.
Don't know.
But yeah. Well, you'll have to clear that with Christine though.
Oh, it's a beauty shot that. You span round and capture that low level type of.
Just above your formwork, yes. Yeah. It's quite good.
Once that slab's in, and it's just that big open span of space.
Yeah.
I think we should.
No formwork, nothing.
I think what we should do is we should have a deck chair, sitting arrangement.
Just Christine sat there and just like.
Yeah. Because we were going to do it at bottom at all.
I know, yeah, we did. Yeah.
It's not the same now. We're up again.
Because you should do. You don't want on Friday once everybody's gone.
Yeah.
Just on the final shot.
I'll bring some deck chairs.
It'll be so good to have the sun go down and just Christine been there
with the sunglasses on.
Just like another day, another job well done.
Yeah.
So concrete blinding, then them lads they'll jump here for the steel.
Right.
And then after putting all the rebar with the starter bars.
Yeah, and
of the dummy column.
So, how's this foundation being designed in terms, because it's columns that you're going with, innit?
Yes.
So it's like, is it on a ring beam and then the columns come off the beam?
It'll be just no, it's just a slab.
All right.
And then the column will hold the slab, because we've got between the floor and the slab we've got to put some insulation.
Right.
So they've got to put membrane, insulation, and then mesh, steel.
Yeah, no,
and
what I'm saying is obviously they're digging trench here.
Yes.
And then you're going to put all your steel framework in.
Yeah.
And then out of that trench,
there'll be, column. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost like a ring beam in it, but it's not a full ring.
That's it, yeah.
Does it come back and connect at building, or?
Yeah. All they'll have to put all rebars onto the. So the finishing floor really is the same height as that one. You know.
Yeah. So I mean, after all that thought process, it's pretty straightforward, which.
Yes. Well, originally wanted to put the rings on concrete, the main. And that was going to use so much concrete.
Yeah, I won't put
it was just like crazy.
Like a lot of nothingness.
Yeah. No,
right
it's not.
Crane day?
Yes, crane day today.
Are you excited about crane day?
Yeah, always like a crane day.
Crane day is the best day on site because it means that you're going to make a big jump forward,
Yes.
or you're going to take the next step forward,
On
which
the
is this.
stairwell.
And I've been right excited about this because when you first explained this to me, I were a bit like, how does that even work? So, what's the crack here?
Well, it's just like they're going to lift. It comes in 3 parts, so we're going to lift them. You know, the ground first.
Precast.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then in them red boxes on there,
Yeah.
the stairs is gonna. It's like a pin in the stair,
Right.
and it'll slot into the
Into that red box.
the red box.
Can we get down there and have a look?
Yeah. Well, we'll go down.
Yeah, let's go down then. Well, one thing that I've actually been really curious to know is how the bloody stairs are going to wrap around the lift pit. Because when I first questioned Sam about it, we were talking about spring-loaded things, and I didn't quite understand what he was talking about. The precast stairs that get lifted in, and they've got some springs on the side of it, and what I really need to understand is how these bloody things work. So, stairs.
Yes.
But this is not the beginning of the stairs, is it?
No. Beginning
So
of stairs.
let's walk round
there.
to the beginning of where the stairs are going to be, because the stairs are effectively going up that way. But what I don't understand is these are precast stairs that you lift in. So how does it all work?
Right, in your precast stairs, you've got already pins. Well, we call them pins, but they're like big square of metal.
Big square metal bits.
Yeah, they recess into your stairs.
Yeah.
So as soon as your stairs come into position,
Yeah.
there's a pin inside the stairs which release.
So is that
a
like
clamp.
spring loaded?
Yeah.
Ah.
And so you'll release there on there. So your stairs will be resting on the floor there.
Yeah.
I think it's three steps.
Landing pad.
Yeah, landing pad, slot in, done. They don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And then you've got your next flight of stairs rest on the top of this
Yeah.
and on the top of the other one.
So your
This
bottom
one.
step sits on top of that, and then it
Yes.
goes up, and then there's a landing pad that
That's it.
like that sound effect.
Again,
Spring-loaded.
release the pins and they go into the wall
Right.
and they're not moving.
And the stairs are here today, so we can have a look at
Yes.
how that actually works.
Yes, you can.
Let's go and have a
Don't
look.
pull the pin.
Because it'll.
Because
Go on.
please.
Christine, let's go and have a look at your basement for the first time.
It's huge.
It's massive, isn't it?
It's huge.
Absolutely ginormous.
It is. A good height as well.
It is.
I mean,
Obviously,
I know
there's
there's
the
stuff to come down below.
services
it,
and
but
stuff
it's
going in,
still
but
a really good height.
you can get real perspective of the size of it now.
Yeah.
Because how do you feel now that we're obviously 6 months on? You've knocked your family home down that you've had years and years and years of memories in, to now be stood effectively below what was there.
Well, of course, I didn't have a basement. We had a little bit of a thing in the boiler room that was
Yeah.
a bit below ground, but we didn't have a cellar there. So this is quite surreal feeling, to be honest. And also the hugeness of it, because when I look on the plan, I'm thinking, turning circles from parking spaces.
Yeah.
There's going to be no problem, is the parking in
Well,
here?
not at all, no. And that's one of my concerns when I thought about the ramp. I was really keen to know how they
How
were
it
going to
worked
turn
with the
in.
columns
Obviously,
and-
this
yeah.
is. You need to imagine these are going to be
Yeah.
gone, and obviously that's going to then look even bigger.
Yeah. So if you come out of the car park space there, you've got one turn and you're
Yeah, so
out.
it's bigger than what you're used to seeing in sort of like John Lewis in
Yeah.
Leeds.
Oh, gosh.
Two
yeah.
cars there, easily with the doors open.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the things I always wanted, was oversized car park spaces.
Yeah.
I feel it's a really good selling point. You want to be able to put your stuff in the car, get your shopping out, whatever, without worrying that you're hitting the next car, that there's plenty of room for,
Yeah.
and not having to wrap cotton wool around the columns.
Yeah, we don't want no carpet hanging on these. That's going to have to be policy for new owners.
We've got a nice decorative touch for that with LED lighting around the top.
Can we get like a leather sort of some decorative round pillar or something?
I've already chosen a finish for the pillars, but they won't be padded.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, it's superb with the size. I'm thrilled to bits with this. It's huge. Yeah. Of course, the staircase is over there to the garden.
Yeah. This is going to be 22 cars. Heated ramp. Is there CCTV down here?
Yeah. There'll be cameras everywhere.
CCTV, electric
shutter there.
Electric shutter
and then
there.
You'll have a fob to get into the lift lobby.
Yeah, so you can't get through there.
You can't get through there even if you've got into here. You can't get through there unless you've got the fob to get through into the stair core.
Yeah.
Then you either get the staircase or the lift up to the apartments.
Yeah.
Or you've got the gym, you've got the big storage rooms.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you've come in, I don't know, if you've come in and you've got things you want to drop off in the storerooms, you know, if you've got a wine store down there, for instance, you might unload your car and go put your wine straight into the store.
Maybe a big store for wine.
Storerooms are huge.
Some thirsty guests.
Yeah, but you'll have other things in your store as well. But, you know, I'm just giving you an example of something.
Yeah.
Like your bike, you know, you might keep bikes in there, you know, if you cycle.
Yeah. What's going to be in your storeroom?
Well, have you seen my storeroom now?
No.
Oh, well, everything's labelled, it's all on racking.
I can imagine, I can imagine.
You know, I'm a bit of a competition for home base.
Right, let's, I think let's get out
yeah,
of
no,
here.
but I would say things like like bicycles or, you know, golf trolley.
I can't hear a word you're saying right now.
Right, golf trolleys, bicycles, that sort of thing.
Yeah, because I think there's like 10, 12 courses around here, isn't there?
There's about 10, I think, within 5 miles.
Yeah, so plenty of...
Less than that, probably.
Plenty of golf.
Loads of golf around here, yeah. So, yeah. But also, you know, in an apartment where you don't have your own separate garage that you might have had in a house, it's good to have a big storeroom like that you can put those things in that you would have perhaps put in a garage previously.
Yeah.
So they're more than just your suitcases and Christmas trees.
Yeah.
There's lots of room.
And I think when you initially looked at the design, obviously the underground basement was a must for the site, although the cost has been...
Yeah, it was huge.
Great.
You know, I mean, it's like £1.5 million to build a basement.
Yeah.
But to me, it was worth it because the level of apartments that we're building, you don't want 22 cars above ground. You don't want that spoiling your view. And also the demographic of our buyers, you know, I know from previous schemes, if they're away from their main residence for 3 or 4 weeks, maybe a home abroad or holiday, they come back, they know the cars are safe in the garage, they've not left them outside, they haven't got dirty outside, you know, if it's been snowy, whatever, they're in the garage. Like when we've had the hot weather, I miss having a garage, you know, because when it's hot, I always just put my car in the garage so that now I come out and it's like the steering wheel's burning me, the sunglasses are burning my nose, they've been on the dashboard, you know, so you put it in the garage and your car stays cool in the summer, warm in the winter.
Yeah.
You know, you come in, it's raining, you come straight in, it's dry.
I want to live here.
Me too.
I want to live here. Can't wait to move in. This is what the French Yorkshireman were talking about. It's effectively a spring-loaded piece of metal that's cast into the slab, which you pull the pin out and it fires into hole, and then the stairs then sit within that hole, and then the stairs then sit on top of the stairs. I'm looking forward to seeing these going, because crane day is always the most exciting day.
Really, the story with Spencer's is that they've grown with torsion, you know, grown alongside torsion, so that as the size of torsion has grown, as the different arms of torsion have grown, to a certain extent, so have Spencer's. we're at the point now where we're also, you know, we've Torsion aren't the only client, but we've doing work for other tier 1 contractors, you know, other main contractors in the area, and we're able to offer a scale of jobs really from things here, you know, where to what we're doing on the sort of the build to rent market, you know, on a much larger scale with Torsion developments. And this is a really good example on a smaller scale for us, is where we can deliver really complex and awkward groundworks, but at the same time having all the expertise to follow on with all the structural concrete. I mean, we can see here, we're like, you know, we've got a rectangular plot with obviously a narrow access. We've just about managed to have these 2 gates. We've got existing properties there. We've got protected trees on that side, and we've got protected ground on that side. You know, so what we have to do is come up with all the different scenarios of how we're going to like move materials about, how we're going to get the concrete in, how we're going to access it, how we're going to get people safely, you know, to the work at height. And really, that's where I feel we kind of come into our own, because we can kind of deliver this whole package of doing the drainage, you know, then doing all the tanking, all the waterproofing details, all the structural concrete, and then, you know, handing over a job ready for the next guys. I think obviously on any, you know, development, it's about maximizing the square footage, isn't it? But without, you know, we're also spending the right amount of money, really. So by coming a certain distance away from that boundary, we've been able to build that safely, you know, with no further temporary works to retain that elevation. Similar scenario on there. We've gone through quite a few iterations of the best and most efficient way to achieve those foundations, which is, in the end, it's come about in a fairly efficient way, really. We work sort of hand in hand with the architects and the specialist designers that we employ to do the waterproofing designs, because obviously in a basement, you know, like we're doing here, like we're doing in the city centre, that's really your main, you know, from a quality perspective, it's making sure that it's going to be dry. So the big difference here is there's no tower crane. I think there were potentially some plans in place, different, trying to decide whether to have a tower crane or not is a big sort of commercial decision, you know. So we've done all of this concrete with no tower crane, which is unusual for a concrete job, you know. In the sort of industrial sector, you might have a tower crane, but you'd have a great big crawler crane and stuff. And, you know, we looked at options there, but there's just no room to move it, you know. So the craneage that we did end up employing was a little bit more innovative and a little bit more unusual, where you've got a really big forklift that can spin all the way around and go up and down, and then it's got a winch, so it kind of turns into a very small mobile crane, which we then had to design the formwork systems to be light enough that can still be effective and lift things around. Whereas on a bigger concrete framework, you're always going to have a tower crane, and that tower crane might lift, it could lift 10 ton, you know, whereas we end up sort of doing this job with something that can only lift like 2 ton, you know.
You've got polystyrene honeycomb, is what I'll call it, for tree roots to travel under without damaging foundations. These piles go down and sit on a ring beam, which is strip of concrete reinforced around.
Well, it'll be ground bearing, so we don't put the ring beam.
No, the ring beam is below, which ties all these columns together, these piers. Then you've got insulation. Then the slab will get cast over there and tied into the basement lid, is what we'll call it. So effectively you've created like a floating pad over this side.
Ground bearing pad.
And then on top of this pad, you've got apartment 1.
And apartment 4.
No.
5.
Right, you've got 1 and 5 here, and 2 and 6 there.
So you've got 2 floors above this. Yeah. So Norris is happy.
Morris.
Morris is happy. Tree Roots are happy. Apartment 4 and 5 and...
No, 4's over there.
So apartment 1 and 2 and 5 and 6.
It just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So 5 and 6.
Yeah.
So 5 and 6 are happy.
On the first floor, yeah.
And 1 and 2. So you've got 1 and 2 on the top of these.
Yeah.
And then above, you've got 5 and 6.
Yeah.
So everybody's happy.
Everyone's happy. There's been a lot of tears and head scratching around this part, and we're finally. It seems stupid to think that we were all confused about how it was going to get done, but it's so simple how you've achieved it.
It was always simple.
It were always simple. Ring beam, columns, root honeycomb, insulation, slab.
Done. Next.
On to next. Feel that. Foundation. Slab. Slabbed, basically. 6 months ago, I walked through this space and stood and looked back at what had been a lifetime of memories created in such an amazing, iconic building. And now it's gone to make way for the residences at Valdor. It's been a staggering journey up to this point. The basement's now complete. Now it's time to really paint a picture of what this space is going to look like, because over the next couple of months this structure is going to be built and we can start to see the shape of it and the scale of it. Join us in the next episode where we'll be going in depth with Christine herself to talk about the installation of the fit out and really get an understanding of what this finished product is going to look like. Stay tuned. Bye for now.